Hey my friends, this is Daniel Aldie, and today I want to share with you 6 bad habits that hold most people back. Look my friends, I believe that habits can make you or break you, and if you understand exactly what kind of habits you have in your life, then you're going to understand exactly how to change them if they're bad, and keep going if they're good. So listen up. The first bad habit that holds most people back is poor dieting. Look, I'm going to tell you that your body is extremely forgiving, and if you eat poorly for a day or even a week, it may not affect you significantly. But if you keep on doing it for months or even years, it can completely destroy your health. And my friends, your health is your wealth. And if you take care of your body, you'll be able to take care of your mind, and you'll be able to control the results that you want to produce in your life. Now, what makes people get into bad dieting in the first place? The key is that they don't know better. And because marketers know this, they capitalize on the taste buds of their consumers. So when they see that the educated masses don't know about the ingredients that they're offering in their meals, they're gonna make sure to market and promote the coolness of those meals by making it socially acceptable to indulge in those meals. Like I said before, if this is a big championship game, go ahead and celebrate with your friends. If you understand that this is a big milestone and you wanna soak up and celebrate, make sure to do that too. But if you're indulging every day without control and also taking up intoxicants like cigarettes and alcohol to a level in which it's destroying your health, then that is not okay. My friends, not only will it be a detriment to yourself, but it will also be a detriment to society as well. The second bad habit that holds most people back is holding grudges. There's so many unforgiving people in this world that are holding on to grudges today that they face from the people in their past, that they can't move forward to the goals that they have in the future, that it keeps them from becoming exactly who it is that they need to become. It holds them back because they hold hate in their heart. They have contempt in their mind. They're condemning and complaining and victimizing themselves in every single situation because of the things they've experienced long ago. My friends, if you keep on focusing on the past, you're never going to be able to see the future. So make sure to understand exactly what it is you feel about certain people and what they did to you. Look, I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of people that hurt me in my past, but I understand who they are. I understand where they're going. I made a list of these people and I forgave them openly. I asked God to forgive them, and I understand how important it is to let them go. But my friends, if there's people in your life that are holding you back, you have to let them go too. In order to ask God or the universe for the biggest goal that you want to accomplish, you have to be able to let go of the torment that you faced from the people in your past. You have to be willing to say, hey, I know that this person was evil, but I will let them go. I will allow them to be where they are. If they have to be there, let them be. But I'm gonna move on to the future and understand that those people in the past cannot stop me anymore. They can't hold me back. Most of them are already dead. I want you to create something that I call a forgiveness list. And basically what this is a list of the people that you really need to forgive. Think about every single person that you dealt with in the past. From school, from work, from church, from your neighborhood, from your family members, from prior friends that you had. Make a list of all these people and think about them and how they've affected you. Make sure to even reach out to some of them and ask them for forgiveness if you need to be forgiven. Look, there's nothing in the world that holds more people back than holding grudges. If you let go of your grudges, you'll be able to hold on to the promise that God has for you in the future. The third habit that holds most people back are poor spending habits. Look, a lot of people will say things like, oh, money isn't that important, or as long as I have enough to scrape by, or I'm broke. If you say things like that, that's the condition you'll always be in. You have to be willing to change your mind before you change your money, because when the mind is ready, the money will come. When you have the wisdom, the wallet will come. When you understand exactly what it is that money actually means to you, then you'll be ready to ask for it. You'll be ready to multiply. You'll be ready to save and invest in the things that will prepare you for the future. But so many people leave their money habits behind. They don't see money as important. and so they give it away to those that actually see it as more important than they do. Just think about it. If you say that money isn't important, and someone else believes that money is very important, then that money will go to them. Because that's exactly how much you value it, and that's exactly how much they value your money too. I want you to print out all your bank statements, and I want you to look at all the expenses that you've been making in the last 90 days, and ask yourself, does this align to the kind of person that I want to become in the future? Let me tell you something else that's very important. It's not the amount that counts. It's what you do with the money and how it helps you that actually counts. So for instance, let's say that you spent $30 on an outing, but in that outing, you decided to waste time. You drank all these beers, you ate all this food, you just spent this money in a way that you know you weren't supposed to. Now let's say you made another expense just a week later, and it was $300, 10 times more than that purchase that you made to avoid your misery. But instead, this purchase actually helps you in the future. Now my question for you is this: how exactly are you going to judge the amount in your account? Because even though one expense was smaller, it cost you more time and energy, and it actually kept you away from your goals, versus something that was more expensive but helped you to perpetuate your goals. Of course you would say the $300 was more, but it helps you, and the $30 was less, but it hurts you. It's up to you to decide, but you can't just judge based on monetary value. What I'm basically saying is this: some people will look at their account and they'll say, oh, that costs too much. But they won't evaluate what that cost actually means to them, how it actually affects their emotions, their psyche, and their future. So make sure to understand your spending habits and how they're going to help you to project yourself to the kind of person that you want to become. The fourth bad habit that holds most people back is lust. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now that billions of people lust after each other every single day. And lust is not only sexual, it could be something that you see in another person that you want for yourself but can never have. Now I'm gonna tell you right now that there's millions and millions of people lusting right now. There's millions of people looking at pornography right now. And many of these people are even married. Can you believe that? But here's the truth. People lust over certain celebrities. They lust over certain people in their life. They lust over their family members. They lust over the people that they see within their community. And if you're lusting over certain people, it's going to be a detriment to who you want to become in the future. There's nothing that destroys your creativity more than lusting after another person. Because as you go about your day, you're thinking about that person. You're thinking about interacting with that person. And it destroys the thoughts that you could have that are much bigger than the lust that you currently have. Let me make it very simple for you. Let's assume that someone is entertaining a thought of a man or a woman that they're heavily fantasizing about. They're dreaming about this person in such a way that they know it's wrong. They know it will never happen, but they keep on holding this thought in their mind. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. It's gonna hold them back from the higher thought that they can have in the future. It can hold them back from the purpose and the greater intentions and the greater direction that they could be taking in order to propel them in the future. Because you cannot hold two thoughts in your mind at once. In other words, you cannot hold a positive thought and a negative thought at the same time. You cannot be lusting in an animalistic way after a certain person and achieving your purpose at the same time. It's impossible. And if you want to live right, you have to think right. You have to understand how your mind works, and you have to be able to discard any of those negative thoughts that are holding you back, especially when it comes to lust. Now, this is a topic that I've heavily studied, and if you want to know more about it, I could do a whole separate video. Make sure to type video in a comment section below if you want to see more about the subject. So my final question about lusting is this: is there anyone that you're holding in your mind that's holding you back? If so, make sure to get them out of your life and do whatever you can to prohibit yourself from attracting those thoughts again. The fifth bad habit that holds most people back is gossip. There's so many times where people talk about other people because it's the easiest thing to talk about. My friends, a lot of people gossip because they simply just want to make assumptions. And the reason why they make assumptions is just because they don't want to get the facts. They don't want to ask the questions. They don't want to educate themselves. The moment you decide to make a conclusion about something that you know nothing about is the moment everything will lead downhill. My friends, you cannot make assumptions and then gossip to other people about these assumptions. You can't say it's probably like this or it could be like that if you don't know anything about it at all. Because what you're doing is you're throwing out conjectures, hypotheses to other people about different things in which you have no information about. So what I'm saying is this: gather your facts, gather your ideas, make sure to draw proper conclusions by asking better questions and getting the facts at any cost. There's nothing that kills more dreams than false assumptions. When you assume that you know something in which you have no information about, it cuts you off from knowing the truth. Which actually leads us to our sixth and final point: small thinking. Look, my friends, there's so many people that kill themselves because they think small. Small thinking keeps people from living up to their big potential. It keeps them in a box. It keeps them from knowing the greater truths. There's so many people that make false assumptions because they think small. They end up doing things that they don't really want to do because they listen to the naysayers. They listen to their fears. They listen to their doubts. And that's why they continue to think smaller and smaller and smaller. Small thinking leads to small living. And the reason why people hold themselves back is because they think so small. When you think small, you make false assumptions. You gossip about other people. You lust after other people. You spend poorly. You eat poorly. You do things that you don't want to do. If you think small, it's going to keep you trapped in a small box with no options and no way to turn. A lot of people think small because they surround themselves with other small thinkers. And small thinkers only exist because of what I like to call default friends. Default friends are basically people that we've been naturally surrounded with as we grow up that we've never made a choice to leave. See, a lot of times we have acquaintances, we have neighbors, we have friends and family members, and certain people in our lives that give us suggestions. Maybe they might be naysayers. Maybe they might be people that have doubt and fears themselves and insecurities that they pass on to you through conversations. And a lot of times people hold themselves to the standards of those default people. My friends, I want you to make a bigger decision for yourself, and I want you to escape the rat race. I want you to get out of the small box that you've trapped yourself in, and I want you to change your mentality so that you can change your reality. And if you want to change your mindset, you have to read the books. You have to go to the conferences. You have to seek mentors. And you have to keep watching videos like this from Daniel Aldie, because I just shared with you 6 bad habits that destroys all success. If you like this video, make sure to type yes in the comment section below. And also subscribe to my channel because I have so much more that I want to share with you. Hit that notification button so that you're the first person to receive any new videos that I create for you. My friends, this is Daniel Aldie. Make sure to find me on Instagram because I have so many videos, I have so many ideas, I have so many things that I want to share, and I look forward to connecting with you in the future. Take care, guys.